welcome to FiddleHed Fiddle Lessons. I'm now going to do a lesson, a general introduction to how to play on songs, okay? Students are always asking me, I want to jam with people. I want to be able to just kind of play along on a song. And so I'm developing this whole series of video lessons on how to do that. And I'm going to start, this is kind of like some very general ideas on how to do that. I'm not going to get too specific. We're going to use the tune You Ain't Going Nowhere by Bob Dylan as played by the Byrds on their album Sweetheart of the Rodeo. And I'm just going to use that as a way to kind of give examples of the things I'm talking about. So a few main ideas that we're going to cover in this. So the first thing, if you want to play on a song, is to play the scale of the song. Find out somehow what the key of the song is. Maybe it's who you're playing with will know the key or something. Just find out. So in You Ain't Going Nowhere, it's G. So a great start is to just play the scale. So you play the. If you know things related to that, like the G pentatonic, play that. Or the G triads, play those. Alright? And you could even practice them a little bit with like rhythms. Or with melodic patterns like. So I'll try to remember to put links to like how to add melodic patterns and rhythms to scales below in the comments field, okay? So just kind of, the scale will kind of center you in the tune, unless it's some crazy tune with lots of key changes like a jazz tune or something. But we're talking more about regular songs, country songs, pop songs, things that aren't too complex, okay? So now the second thing you can do, that's very good, is to learn how to play the vocal melody. All right, so for You Ain't Going Nowhere, I already did a whole lesson on basically how to play the simple vocal melody, and I'll put a link to that below. But basically you just figure that out, and then it makes it a lot easier for you to play along with people who are playing in the song. Because what it means is, like, if you got to take a solo, or what you can do is just play that. If you're a beginner and you do nothing but play the vocal melody on the violin, it will sound cool. It will sound nice, all right? So, and then once you've got it down, you can do that, then the next thing you can do is with the vocal melody, you can kind of tweak it a little bit, fiddle with it, all right? One easy thing you can do is see if you can transpose it or move it to a different key. So, not a different key, move it to an octave above or an octave below. So, ooh-wee, ride me high. We could start on fourth finger. And so on, all right? Instead of down on A1. Alright, so again, I'm not going to hang with the melody. I'm not going to show you that melody right now. There's a video for that that's linked below. Alright, but I will say that the other thing you can do besides playing the vocal melody and transposing it is you could add variation. So you could add rhythms. That's hoedown rhythm. You could add other kinds of embellishments, Irish embellishments. Alright, you could add double stops. You could mix and match them. You could add other notes from the scale, which is called melodic variation. So just generally speaking, you can take the melody and play around with it, but still be able to hear the melody. You're not really taking a solo. So we're just, and we're generally now just talking about kind of breaks you can do in a song, all right? But you know, in addition to that, just whatever you end up doing on the tune, if you can play the vocal melody, it'll help you figure things out. All right? Related to this is you can do fills. So say there's a song where there's like you're going along, or the singer sings something and then there's a gap. You can fill it in. So, ooh-wee, ride me high. This song's not as good of an example of it, but take like there's another song called "Your Cheating Heart" by Hank Williams. All right, so your cheating heart, your cheating heart. You can kind of do a little call and response. So that's a whole other thing that we'll cover. I'll probably have a dedicated video to that. I'm just trying to give you a general idea on things you can do on songs here. So you can kind of do a call and response if there's little gaps. Basically, if you're playing on a song and somebody's singing, you are support. You're supporting a song. It's not like you're taking a solo to kind of grab all the glory. You want to do something that'll add to it. So if the singer sings something, you kind of like, or the yes man, you kind of like, hey, he's right. Or she's right, like check the, or I, you know, so, your cheating heart. You're just kind of like playing and adding and conversing with them, all right? So that's kind of like what fills can do. Another very useful thing you can do for learning how to play on songs, how to jam, is to learn chords. I have a whole other series of videos on how to play chords. But I'll just say, for this one, this particular tune, I'll just kind of go over it real fast. We got G, C, and D. Ooh-wee, ride me high, tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. Oh, actually, I'm wrong. I think it's G, A minor, and C. So it's ride me high, tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. Oh. So even if you're not singing and playing, if you're able to play chords while the vocalist is singing, you can be kind of playing chords and supporting them. Or while another instrument is soloing, you can do that. So chords are just, if you have a few chords in your pocket, you can play on a lot of music. So that's all I'm going to say about that, because I have like 6 or 7 videos devoted to how to add chords to tunes, how to sing and play. So again, just giving you a general picture. Finally, the final idea I'll give to you is, in terms of how to play on songs, is to simply find versions of songs you like and learn the parts by those amazing musicians you hear on those songs. All right. So going back to "You Ain't Going Nowhere" by the Byrds, performed by the Byrds. There's a great pedal steel part on there, and I have a dedicated lesson on how to play that break, and I'll put a link to that below. But basically, if you study cool parts and cool things that fiddlers and any other musician is doing, you know, and really learn to do that, you'll kind of instinctively know how to put together your own parts and what to do on songs. And it'll also get you to listen more deeply when you listen to music. I mean, that's one of the great things that this journey you're on, you're learning to play an instrument, is that now when you listen to music, it's way deeper. You hear so much more. So congratulations on making it this far, and just think about how cool it is, how you can enjoy music that much more now. So anyway, for "You Ain't Going Nowhere," there's this great pedal steel part, and I've always loved it, and so today I just went and learned it. And so on, all right? And then you kind of figure out a way to do it on your own instrument. If it's, say it's not a fiddle part, it's a pedal steel or organ or whatever, you find a way to do it on fiddle. And sometimes you may find that it's hard to learn something from a recording. It's too fast, say, or whatever. Well, thanks to modern technology, it's a lot easier now. You can get apps that slow it down. So like there's an app called the Amazing Slow Downer. I think there's a few others, but basically these apps allow you to play at like half speed. And not only that, these apps allow you to loop on little sections. So you could do beep bo ba ba bum bum ba 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 bum bum until you get it. All right, so you know it still takes a tremendous amount of patience to learn something from a CD. You'll find, but the more you do it, of course, you'll get quicker at it. You'll start to see how you can do it more easily. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this lesson. A little bit of a ragtag lesson, but I think a necessary one. And then I'm just going to try to follow it up by going more deeply into each of those points and just taking different songs and showing things you can do with them, and you know, just seeing how that goes. But this is like your general introduction to it, and hope it was useful. Let me know if it could be improved and what other songs you want to learn and any ideas you might have about the subject. Okay, take care. So long.
Thanks for watching the video.
Excellent!